Good.
All right. Excuse me. Hi, Greg Russell, NBC Detroit. Mary, Xolo, how are you both?
Good. How are
Hi, doing
you?
great. How about you?
Doing well. Good to see you. And got to start out with this first, Mary. You know how you always hear about a show being binge worthy, and usually that means you might watch three episodes one day, two the next, and the last. This one, at least for me, and I'm quite sure a lot of other friends, you watch the whole thing in one day because you can't break away. You get to the end of the episode, and you're like, no, I've got to see. What happens? What does that mean to you, knowing that this is a show that people just can't turn away from?
That's the coolest part of this. That's exactly the kind of shows that I love to watch. I am very much a binge watcher. I am like terrible at, I'm just super impatient also. So I can't do like week to week. It drives me nuts. So I'm a sit down and just like have snacks around me and not get up from the couch as long as humanly possible. So I don't know. I think that's my favorite aspect about the show.
And that is the truth. You do. You're just going, okay, what's going to happen next to Sholo's character? I got to watch. I got to see what's happening.
No, not him.
Now, I will say, but you actually touched on something kind of crazy. Is
Yeah.
that one thing that I never realized is that like there's that whole Cobra Kai, Crease, all of that stuff going on. I've never filmed with them season 4, so I have no clue what's going on. Like all of the Terry Silver stuff, him being introduced to the dojo, I was never there. So it really was. I read the scripts and stuff like that, so I know what's going on. But watching it for the first time really is like, oh, this guy's evil. Like I don't know. It was super, super different, but yeah, I don't know. It just made me think about it.
But no, like you said, people, they will just get into it. And it's just so amazing about, even just the longevity. I saw The Karate Kid in the movie theaters 30 some years ago, back when I had black hair and, everything else. And just to see, how it still continues. As far as, the people, the family, that's just a great lineage. And Mary, you're part of the LaRusso family. That's that's just got to be, sometimes a thrill and sometimes a curse.
Yeah, it's that was one of the things I think I was most excited like when I initially booked the show and getting to meet Ralph the first time like in the chemistry read. I was like, oh my god, I get to be a LaRusso, and like that was the first thing that he said when he called me. I picked up this call from a New York number that I didn't know what it was, and I was like driving in the canyons in LA, and I like quickly found somewhere that like had service, pulled into a driveway, got on the phone, and his first words were like, welcome to the LaRusso family. And I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And that was so cool for season 1, being like, oh my god, I'm a LaRusso. And then once I started doing karate and I was a LaRusso, I was like, oh crap, I'm a LaRusso. Like I actually like there's something here to like
It's
live
not
up
just
to.
the
I
name.
can't-
Yeah.
yeah, I can't just be a pretty face with a name.
Wait, the
No,
stunt
but
double
like
doesn't do it? Yeah.
no, that it was and it still is. It's something I'm so grateful for, but it's definitely just a little bizarre sometimes.
I can imagine, because even like Xolo, just not only do you have to act, but you do have to go out and be physical, with the martial arts. Which days are better for you, the acting days or the going in and having to fight days?
That's a funny question. I think it really depends. Like, our both of them are equally as hard, I suppose. Luckily, like in this show, when you're fighting, you're angry. So the acting portion really only comes to play a few times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's very few times where you're fighting and you're not angry. So at least like my concentration angry face can stay consistent throughout all the fights. Whereas, some of the more heavy scenes, especially in this 4th season, definitely took a little bit more preparing than the fights and all of that. Not to mention that, we're able to kind of 4 years in, 5 years now, you're able to really hone in on those fights on the fly. And I think that is something that is, I'm so grateful for. Our stunt team is really, really great this year. And we're getting some good fights, and I'm excited for you guys to see season 5 too.
There you go. Mary, Xolo, thank you both very, very much. And I'm looking forward to the next one too. So take care and have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you as well.
All right, bye-bye.